Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the exercises in ink, graphite, and charcoal. You don't have to start out in ink. I'm going to start out with ink, just dipping the pen into the bottle. My bottle's slightly different, but it's the same type of ink. So dip my pen and start drawing straight lines about half an inch down from the top of the page, as straight as I can. Now, I'm starting with ink because it's the most challenging. You don't have to start with ink. You can start with graphite or charcoal and gain some confidence because the ink can be a bit challenging. So once you feel comfortable that you know how to draw straight lines, what you're going to do, and don't put this ruler down on your paper because your ink is wet. Measure 2 inches down and put a tick mark here. I need more ink, so I have to re-dip. That's the disadvantage to a homemade pen from a manufactured pen, is that you will have to dip more often. And I'm just kind of getting the 2-inch mark without putting the ruler down on the page. And a little bit wavy there, but it'll work. So after practicing straight lines, you're going to practice curved lines. And the way that you're going to do that is by starting out by drawing a circle. Dip my pen again. And instead of finishing, I'm going to start another circle and just continuously draw circles in this 2-inch area. Trying to pay attention to making sure that they stay round and that they don't turn into E's or ovals. So that when I go back and I look at them, that's pretty round. Let's see, this one not so round. See how it got kind of pointy there, more like an E. You want to try to stay as round as you can. And if you move your entire arm, it's a little bit easier to build a rhythm. And do this exercise, because the difference is without using my entire arm, I'm just trying to just draw with my wrist, and that doesn't work so well. So try to use your entire body when you draw. We're going to scale this down for the curved lines. Draw another straight line across your page. Measure without touching your paper to the ruler. Put some tick marks that can be your guidelines. And draw your second straight line so that you have this space that's about 1 inch apart. Now, remember, this is practice. So you're going to practice again, but you're going to this time do smaller circles. And you can see how practice makes you better. I even start a little bit awkward and get better as I go along. But even as I go along, I can mess up. So continue to practice until you feel comfortable that you know how to use ink with this pen and you can be in control of curved and straight lines. At that point, you'll get a new piece of paper. You could also use the back of that paper if you want, but I have allocated 4 sheets for this exercise in case you want to use the back to get even more exercise to get mastery. The next medium would be graphite, and you have 3 different graphites. You have the 6B graphite stick, the ebony pencil, which is your darkest pencil, and then this 2B pencil, which is good for thinner lines. It will also be lighter. You can notice that I sharpened them all. I used my box knife because I don't have my X-Acto knife yet. So if you have a sharpener, feel free to use that, but know that not all of your tools are going to fit into this sharpener, and that's why you have a knife as well as to make your dip pen. So graphite, same thing, straight lines. Save some time in the video by using that as the top line for the curved line exercises. 2 inches. This time I can touch my ruler to the paper because it's not a wet medium. Graphite is the cleanest medium of the 3 mediums we're going to use. Graphite sticks to your paper relatively well. Charcoal, not so much. So now that I have this 2-inch space, I'm going to start drawing my circles and practice now. I'm going to switch. You want to use all 3 of the mediums at some point. I don't care in your practice sheets how you do it, how much you do, because in the end you're going to turn in a sheet of mastery showing me how well you can do each of these exercises in the 3 mediums. So that's graphite, and you probably will fill your page a lot more than that. I'm just trying to make this video as quick so that you can get to work. This is the willow charcoal, and I've sharpened it. This is the compressed charcoal. I sharpened at this end I didn't sharpen. I think this is a very hard surface, compressed charcoal. This is your harder surface than this. This is much softer and porous. So you don't really need to sharpen this as much because you can just move it to a different position to get a sharp edge. This one, not so much because it's so soft. And once you use the mediums, you will understand them more. So this is the willow charcoal. This is the compressed charcoal, much darker, and I'm drawing with it flat. If I draw with it on the edge, I can get a much thinner line. And you're going to do the same thing where you do the large circles and the small circles. One of the things with this is that you don't want to have your arm or your hands dragging on your page, because you will smear your charcoal. See all that charcoal that is coming off? And I'm kind of twisting the charcoal so that I can get a sharper edge and not have it be so thick and crumbly. So you're going to go ahead and do the smaller ones as well. And once you've done all the exercises in all the mediums, you're going to do a page of mastery. So this is the page. You're going to do it in ink, a straight line with your 6B graphite, 2B graphite, ebony, willow charcoal, compressed charcoal, large circles, ink, 6B graphite. And this is with your ebony graphite, 1 inch. And that's it. Try to have fun and relax.